question. How much money do you need for retirement? Well, that's a loaded question, isn't it? In the United States, with the retirement age of early 60s, you've got about 20 to 30 years left to save up for. And if you're on a fixed income, how can you retire comfortably with increasing inflation? In today's video, we're going to attempt to answer the question, how much does the average person need to retire? But first and foremost, welcome back. My name is Nan and I'm the content creator at Mompreneur Life, where I express opinions about lifestyle products, talk about making money online, and vlog about life as a mommy entrepreneur. And guess what? Doesn't matter what age you are, if you've got retirement on the brain, then you are at the right place. Here are today's talking points. Number one, how do you actually see yourself retiring? Number two, how much money do you need to retire with comfortably? And number three, how can you get there? The question, how much does the average person need for retirement? Well, it's quite broad. I'm going to turn around and ask you this. What do you consider average? By now, you probably already know what I mean. Everyone has a different definition for average. But hey, we need to get started somewhere, right? So before we put a number to it, let's start by painting a picture of how you want to retire. And of course, you don't want to just retire. You want to retire comfortably. So let's start with someone with no debt, as in they live in their home and their mortgage is completely paid off. Doesn't matter if you sold your house and downsized. Doesn't matter if you just purchased a condo. The point is you don't owe anything on housing. Now, number two, you have enough savings for the next 20 to 30 years. And number three, you have multiple streams of income from making smart investments earlier in life. And your fixed income pays for most of your living expenses. You have enough in the bank to pay for 2 to 3 nice vacations each year, and birthday and holiday presents and such for children and grandchildren, and to pay for some of your favorite hobbies. So basically, you can maintain the current lifestyle without going to work. You're completely debt-free and therefore worry-free, and you have enough to enjoy yourself and your loved ones. If that looks like a good retirement to you, then we have something to work with. But of course, that's just the baseline. If you see more or less for yourself, you can always adjust. Now that you can see what your retirement looks like, how much money do you need? Well, let's tweak the question a bit. Instead of how much money you need, how about how much income can I pay myself for the next 20 to 30 years? You are the CEO of your life. And if you are an enterprise or a business and your retirement is a project in the business, how will you invest in and manage the project so that you can pay you, the sole employee, a sufficient income for 20 to 30 years? And because a person's income is normally paid monthly instead of a big ginormous number, like how much do I need for retirement? We now have a broken down number that's actually more practical and relatable to your situation. For example's sake, let's say that your current income is $10,000 pre-tax. You put away 12% for retirement, thankfully pre-tax, minus tax deducted income. For example's sake, 30% minus $2,000 for mortgage, $350 for medical insurance, and $200 for auto insurance, $500 for car payment, and that's a little over $3,000 for your living expenses. Another $1,500 on food and utilities, $500 on various other insurances, debts, and loans, and that leaves you $1,100 of rainy day savings. Now that you see a list of all your expenses, ask yourself, which ones can you eliminate when you retire in the way that you want? And remember the picture that we painted? By that time, you'll be mortgage free. Also, you don't need to save up for retirement anymore. You have 0 income tax. You'll be on Medicare. You still need auto insurance, but your car will be paid for. And if you downsize your home and don't eat out so much, your food and utilities will be reduced too. Now, these are just the basics. Realize that you'll be saving money on other things too. Professional clothing, gone. Professional haircuts and grooming, done with. As you can see, now you have a lot more at your disposal. but you probably don't need that much in savings unless you want to take a luxury trip every couple months or start new investment and new ventures, but then you're kind of putting yourself back to work and that's not retiring. So if you still want that $1,100 cushion, you'll only need $2,500 to $3,000 per month. Let's take the larger number of $3,000 times 12 months per year times 30 years. That's $1,080,000. And that is certainly a goal that you can work towards right now. But of course, that's just one way to calculate. Another idea, and this is very common, is the 4% rule, where in your first year of retirement, withdraw 4% of your retirement savings. For example, if you have $1 million saved, then the first year, take out 40%, and that would be your salary. And the next year, take out 40,000 more. The next year, take out 40,000 more. And as time goes on, adjust with the increase in percentage for inflation. And that 4% is the income that you're paying yourself. So now comes the question, can you survive on $40,000 a year? With rising inflation each year, of course. And of course, it depends on you and what kind of lifestyle you want to live in retirement. Without debt, most people can do that, especially if they're willing to downsize and move somewhere with low cost of living. If you want to calculate yourself, there are also helpful tools such as retirement calculators. I've got one in the link in my description that you can use as well. Now that you have a number to work with, how can you get there? Of course, there's the traditional way of investing in 401k, IRA, Roth, the stock market, and other various programs. For me though, in addition to those, I prefer creating various streams of income, including investing in real estate, both online and offline, and also continuously educating myself so I can start my own business. A lot of people don't consider education as an investment, and I'd like to argue that it's possibly the best investment. The more skills you have, the more value you can add, and the more income potential. Whether you are in high school or college or a fresh new grad, or maybe you're in your mid-40s like me, it's never too late to think about retirement. Paint the future that you want, and then reverse engineer and find how you can get there from here. But of course, it all starts with thinking about the future. And hopefully that's what today's video has motivated you to do. See you next time.